let's solve 5 minus 5. The first way I want to solve this is by using counters. Because of this 5 here, I'm going to need to get 5. Now 5 is positive, and in this case, I'm going to use green to represent positive. So let's get 5 green pom-poms. 1 green pom-pom, 2 green pom-poms, 3 green pom-poms, 4 green pom-poms, and 5 green pom-poms. So here we have 5. We already did the first part of this. Now the next part of this says to subtract 5. We need to remove 5. 5 is still positive, so we need to remove 5 green pom-poms because in this case we're going to be using green to represent positive. So let's take away 5 green pom-poms. 1 green pom-pom, 2 green pom-poms, 3 green pom-poms, 4 green pom-poms, and 5 green pom-poms. What are we left with? Nothing. So that means that 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. You could use this idea for any positive number, not just 5.
So that means that any positive number minus itself is equal to 0.
I would now like to solve 5 minus 5 by using a number line. I plan to be using the same method that I used for the set of videos about adding and subtracting positive and negative numbers. I plan to link that set of videos in the description of this video. So anyway, to solve 5 minus 5, I need to have Arizona at positive 5. So here she is. This is from this 5 that she needs to be at positive 5. Now we're subtracting, so that means that she is facing towards negative infinity. Now we are subtracting 5, which is positive, so she will be walking forward based on her perspective. So ultimately she'd be walking towards negative infinity, but it feels forward based on her perspective because she is facing negative infinity. So she's going to walk 5 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She sees where she lands at, and it is at 0. So therefore 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. I would now like to solve negative 4 minus negative 4. The first way I want to solve it is by using counters. For this case, I'm going to be using red to represent negative. Each red pom-pom represents negative 1. Because negative 4 is negative, I'll be needing to use red pom-poms. So here I have negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, and negative 4. Now I have to subtract negative 4. So I need to take away negative 4. I'm taking away negative 1, I'm taking away negative 2, I'm taking away negative 3, and I'm taking away negative 4. What am I left with? Nothing. So that means that negative 4 minus negative 4 is equal to 0. We could have done the same approach for any negative number, not just negative 4. So that means that any negative number minus itself is equal to 0. Now I like to solve negative 4 minus negative 4, this time using a number line. I have 2 rulers to represent a number line. This one represents the negative side of the number line, and this one represents the positive side of the number line. So to solve this, I need to have Michigan at negative 4. So here she is at negative 4. Now, because of the subtract sign, she needs to be facing towards negative infinity. So here she is facing towards negative infinity. Now, because of the negative 4, she needs to be walking backwards based on her perspective. She is ultimately walking towards positive infinity, but she is walking backwards based on her perspective. She needs to walk backwards 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. she sees where she lands at, and it is at 0. So -4 minus -4 is equal to 0. We could have done the same approach for any negative number, not just for -4. So any negative number minus itself is equal to 0. Now let's solve 0 minus 0, because 0 is neither positive nor negative. The first way I want to solve this is by using counters. So first of all, I need to get 0 counters. I'm getting no counters. So let me go ahead and just get no counters. And here we go. Next, I need to subtract. So I need to take away 0 counters. I need to take away no counters. So let me just go ahead and take away no counters. What am I left with? Nothing. I'm left with 0. So 0 minus 0 is equal to 0. Now I would like to solve 0 minus 0 by using a number line. So first of all, I'm going to need to have Irene at 0 because of this 0. So she's starting off at 0. Now she needs to face towards negative infinity because of the minus sign. Now she is moving 0 steps. She is moving no steps because of this 0. So she sees where she lands at, and it is at 0. So 0 minus 0 is equal to 0.
A minus A. 5 minus 5 is equal to 0. We could follow this pattern of using counters, of using the number line for any other positive number. -4 minus -4 is equal to 0. We could follow this pattern of the counters or this pattern of the number line for any other negative number. 0 minus 0 is 0. So we covered positive numbers, negative numbers, and 0. So therefore, any number minus any number is 0. Thank you for watching this video. Here's a link to the playlist about some properties of 0 in which this video is a part of. Feel free to click on this link.